Hello, black man. This guided journal is being made available to build character, confidence, and define the inner person.
It has been deemed clear that our culture and our past has hindered black men from being open and vulnerable. Hello, black man.
Hello, black man. Mic check, mic check.
No sound.
You can hear me in there?
I have you right here.
Mic check.
No.
Okay. Mic check, mic check. Hey, what is going on? Having some technical difficulties. We took a Monday off, man. Listen, man, great to have everybody back with us. We're here for a phenomenal show. And here on the Hello Black Man podcast, we are all about transparency and communication. Thank you, Miss Sand. We're working through it. Of course, I have a expensive microphone here. It is giving me no sound whatsoever. It's just what happens. It's a live show, so you're here. You're battling through these things with us, and I appreciate you. So if you're on right now, please give us a share. We have a lot to talk about. We have a phenomenal young lady on this afternoon, and we're just going to get to know her. That's what this is all about, getting to know some people we don't know and just ensuring that we can connect on different levels. The young lady that I have on tonight has a lot going on, and in a good way. You know, she has a lot going on, an absolute lot going on. Listen, I guess we saw her media kit. Very impressed with everything that she's bringing to the table. She has an author, of 3 books, very prominent, very well written books. Purposeful pain, intimacy, a twist of faith and vulnerability, the art of letting go. Listen, now that last one, oh man, the last one is something, letting go. If you are not able to do that, it's going to be very hard. Listen, I can imagine the in-depth of that book. That's something I need in my tool bag. I don't look at books like that as just books to read, but these are tools. These are things you put into your tool bag and you're able to use on a daily basis. Not a book you read and never get, like that chemistry book you had in the 9th grade, like that statistic books you had in your freshman year of college that you'll never look at again. You will never pull up any of that information again. But books by Coach Lauren Jackson, books such as these, they are self-help books. They're for you. She has written them, and they are for you to help yourself. Not just today, but in the future, be able to help somebody else. I think it's just phenomenal what she's doing. I'm not going to read her entire bio, but I want you to understand she is well educated. She got her degrees. That's awesome. She's in the banking finance world, and that is a world that we need to get more in tune with. And she that's a phenomenal person. So listen, I'm not going to bore you. Just kind of rambling on. We're going to bring her on, let her introduce herself, and she's ready, locked and loaded. And without further ado, thanks for tuning in. And we have Miss Coach Lauren Jackson.
Hello.
What's going on, Coach? How you doing this time?
Look, just working. That's it. That's my life.
Obviously, you are working. Obviously, your accolades say that you Like my mom likes to say, you have your nose to the grindstone.
Yes, very much so.
That is so let's tell us a little bit about yourself, and we can get started.
Well, I am, as you all can see, Coach Lauren Jackson. I am a 3-time Amazon best-selling author. My first book, Purposeful Pain, Give Me Your Isaac, went Amazon bestseller in pre-order, and it literally launched me into this season, into this person that you get to meet now. I've been in the banking industry over 10 years. I've done everything there's to do in banking. Literally, this is my mortgage is my last stint of things that I do. I'm licensed in several different states, and so I have that. So I always tell people, finance is my passion. My purpose is what you see. And so I own my own app, the Purpose app. And kind of what got me into writing was not that I ever decided like I wanted to be a writer, because writing was never my thing. I was not even good at it. Okay. My mom is like this great writer. My brother, I'm not. I'm more like my dad. I'm a speaker. Yeah. That's it.
You'll talk.
I'm a speaker. I'm a doer. That's me. And I'm a PK. So both of my parents are in ministry. My dad's a pastor. My mom's a minister. And so, I was married for 10 years, went through a divorce, and, I had the bright idea that I should get married at 20 years old. I knew what was going on. And so anyway, I always tell people that was my promotion, because you would have never gotten this woman had I not stepped out, and just let God do what he always wanted to do in the first place. And it's been phenomenal. To be doing, all the things that I get to do, impacting the lives that I get to impact. All of my books are like they are my journals. They are literally documented moments in my life. And I always tell people I can only write as I live. So if I haven't lived it, it's going to be a while, And here recently, I just launched my first writing master course where I'm helping writers become self-published authors, and being able to own the rights to their own books, and just kind of just letting people meet my team and work with people that I know can take them to the next level, because we've done it 3 times and I'm in a 4th book now. So I don't know how many more I got in me. I'm hoping 5 is the cutoff. I'm hoping guys like, okay, that's enough. But, writing put me into coaching, and I was already coaching in corporate America, working for Regions Bank for several years. I was there. That was half of my career was there. And so I was already used to coaching in a corporate environment. But to, go back and decide I'm going to get my certification in life coaching and then career, it's really taken off. And so my coaching business, Bridge Your Purpose, has really taken off. And so I have so many great things happening that is just like, sometimes it's overwhelming, and people are like, what do you do for a living? And I'm like, how long do we have to talk about this?
Yeah, okay, exactly.
Take your notebook out.
Like how much are they ready for? Like how much information are they ready for? So, but it is awesome. And most time when people say a laundry list, it sounds negative, but you literally have a positive laundry list of things you have done and are accomplishing in life. And it is absolutely awesome. And we are meeting some absolute awesome people with this podcast. So you are really pushing and using your platform well. And that is so awesome to see. Awesome to see that you have a gift, the gift of gab, and you are utilizing it. You found something you're passionate about, and you're able to utilize it. So I think that is absolutely awesome. Tonight, I'm going to be putting some questions in front of you from my creation, the Journey Journal, Hello Black Woman.
I love it.
And so what this journal does is basically it kind of prods and asks some intriguing questions. So at the end of the day, what you have is basically you have a short autobiography. I think that this is an opportunity for us to learn a little bit more about you.
Okay.
All right. You're ready. I knew you were ready.
Always ready.
Okay, the first question I'm going to ask you tonight is, it says, "Hello, Black woman. How do you think others describe you? How
Mm.
do you describe yourself?"
I think that others describe me as a motivator, an inspirer, definitely a woman that's on the move, but then also someone that is open and that is available to, I'm touchable, I'm reachable, and that comes from my very southern background. To have that southern hospitality when you meet
And
me.
where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Opelousas, Louisiana, which is
Okay.
right there, like right before you get to Baton Rouge,
Uh-huh.
2 hours from New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
So that's originally where I'm from. But I live now in Shreveport, which is top of the boot. So we're a little more Dallas than we are Southern.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And how would I describe myself? So I describe myself as a lot. That's the easy word. It's like people are like, a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. I'm a person that knows something about something. I'm also a person that knows somebody that's going to know somebody. I'm going to know somebody somewhere. My boys always say when we're traveling, they're like, Mom, you got to be famous because everywhere we go, someone knows you. I'm like, I know.
Like, yes. Of course. How did you know? How did you guess?
I'm like, I'm just one of them people. I'm never in the world alone.
Good deal.
I'm never in the world alone.
So let me ask you. Let me dig into that question a little bit. You say you're open, and people can touch you. How do you protect your energy? How do you protect your vibe when you have so many people reaching out, either trying to attach to gain something from you, or like how do you protect yourself, or how do you figure out what percentages you can give off to people?
I've had to really learn that balance. And so for me, um, so I'm like very meticulous about time management because I have to be.
Mhm.
And so with that being said, when people come into my life, and especially if it's like one of those like them setups where you like, God, I don't like what we doing, because I'm single, right? And so you never quite know like how people are coming or why people are coming. And so I always ask God, I'm like, okay, God, is this assigned to me or is it an assignment for me? Like, like are they about to be impacted with you? And so from that, he answers quickly. I'm definitely a woman of discernment and of the prophetic anointing, and so I can glean very quickly. Okay, what this is. But how do I protect it? Is look, my sister on there. Hey, Jeray Speeds. How do I protect it? Is managing my time. The thing about me is I always tell people I don't give people the opportunity to manage my time.
Good deal. That is really powerful.
Yeah. You got to do that because when you allow people, when you leave it open to them, like too open,
it's over.
It's over. And you have to know when to respond. Like every conversation doesn't dictate a response for me. And sometimes that takes me a while because I know that, I've heard this earlier this week on Clubhouse. And someone said, words create worlds. And it's so true. And so in a moment, depending on how I respond, depends on kind of what this outcome turns out to be. So if it's something that I'm kind of like, I may need to sit on that for a while, I will. If it's something, or because sometimes people will try to make you like make a decision like, oh, can you do this? So my schedule is like I'm already scheduled out like end of the year. Like I had someone reach out to me here recently about a project that they're wanting to do. And I was like, your project sounds awesome. And they're like, what do you think you can do? No.
They will fit you. People will fit you into their narrative without a thought of your time, your family, your anything. Yeah, that's powerful. And that's something that I guess everyone needs to hear. Everybody that has entrepreneur goals or entrepreneur that people will pull you into projects and no regard what you got going on.
Yeah. And that goes back to me knowing myself. I know I'm a midwife. I know that I'm a midwife. So what does a midwife do? A midwife is there in the crucial points. why you pushing? But once the baby out, we gone. We not getting no bottles out. We not about to help you put that diaper on right. If you get it, you get it. That's not our job to manage. And so I've been really good about doing that, of knowing like what's not my job to manage and being okay with that. Like sometimes people don't like the word no, but the word no blesses me. If I can't say, if I'm saying yes to what I'm good at, I'll never be able to accept the opportunity of what I'm great at, because I've already given my time out. And so I can't just give my time out like that. And so that has really helped me. And then it also puts that barrier up. And then especially if you're trying to get into my intimate circle, at that point, that's a whole different level, because I am so purpose driven, and I'm always creating and recreating. You see my girlfriend Jeray Speaks is on here right now. We're going through a transformation with my brand, and she's a part of that. And so it's kind of like, if you're not a part of like this movement, I'll make you tired. I will make you tired. You're like, when do you sleep? I don't. I rest. Good deal. People that sleep don't need that. That's because they're not. They don't need restoration. Mm-hmm. But when you in your purpose, you need rest. So you're very strategic about that time and turning your phone off and, being fully present in the next day. So it comes from that knowing myself.
Man, that is powerful and very purposefully spoken. So the next question is, it says, hello, Black woman. What does being Black mean to you?
It means excellence. Like when I think about being Black, and just all the things that we've gone through as, a culture, and just how we are so intuitive and innovative, and our abilities to recreate and to create is on a whole different level. And so when I think about being Black and showing up in different arenas, I think about excellence at the top of it, showing up as my best self, portraying the greatest versions of me. Why? Because being Black is excellent. There's so many things that we do so great that other people have to really work at, that we don't. It just naturally comes. We have all these natural gifts. You're like, do you go to school for that? No. I just got up in front of church a couple times and
here I am. Yeah. So let me ask you this. This is a sidebar. Mm-hmm. Do you want to weigh in on the ultra hot topic of bonnet wearing in public?
Look, we can weigh in on it. I'm fine with that.
What's your take on it? Now, I put it like this right here. I can see the pros and cons. So I'm not one of those. I'm definitely not going to walk up to anybody and try to check anybody about their gear. But I just want to hear what you have to say.
Would I wear a bonnet in public? No. And it goes back to excellence. You want to be taken serious, but you first have to take yourself serious. Mm-hmm. And so with the way you portray, depending on the scenario, where you are, right? Sometimes people do things because they don't want to be bothered. Like if you got your bonnet on in the airport, maybe you don't want to be bothered. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But to me, I don't feel like there's a moment like a bonnet is such an intimate time, right? Because that's the time when you have your silk, pillowcase to protect your natural hair. You say, I got my natural hair, right? So it's like, that's intimate. You're not walking around with your silk pillowcases. That's intimate. So I think that a bonnet is staged for an intimate moment. Mm-hmm. I don't think that it's not something that I agree with as far as being out in public with at all. Because of course, you never know who you're talking to. You never know who you're going to meet.
Now that is the reason why I feel like it could be, I guess, a little more apprehensive to do, because you never know what opportunities you have. If God forbid, I have a young teenage daughter, mm-hmm. and she travels very very comfortably.
Uh-huh.
You know, pajamas and stuff like that. And I try to tell her, I said, listen, I understand. Now, I understand you got a 5 a.m. flight. I understand. I'm not asking you to wear heels or full dress suit and makeup. That's not what I'm saying. But you know who you are. I mean, you know what you bring to the table.
Correct.
But at any given moment, you may be asked to present. You may sit next to a CEO. And not that we got to put on a shook and jive dance. You know, we got to put on for nobody. That's not what it's about. But if you have an opportunity to speak to somebody for 45 seconds, how are you going to do it? You know, are you ready for that 45-second conversation? There's 2 minute conversation. And this, I just, you know, just opportunities. People will prejudge you. It's not about who you are, but somebody else will look at you and say, and not give you the benefit of the doubt just based on experience. And we know that. We know people will prejudge people. So
prejudge people.
Yeah, we do. And so it's something you can do to prevent it. That's it. That's all. That's my line of thought behind it.
You know, one of the things I always tell people is that people's first experience of you will be their reminder of you later.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want, you know, when they think of you, how do you want to be remembered? Mm-hmm. And that's something I always think about, even when I'm traveling. Typically, if I'm traveling, I'm going to be in some form of like probably some workout tights or, you know what I'm saying? A t-shirt, possibly a hat, maybe not, no makeup. And I'll be very casual,
mm-hmm.
but not to the point where you're like, is this
she just rolled out of bed.
Did you literally roll out of bed? You just like, where you thought you was going? You know, it's not a red eye, man. Like, what's going on? You know, like, are you about to fly to Europe? It's like, how many hours is your flight?
Right.
You know, so that's just my thought and take on that. I'm very old school, so that's just I wasn't raised that way.
I listen. I definitely understand. So, I have another question here for you. It says, "Hello, Black woman.
Mm-hmm.
Describe a perfect day for you."
Okay, so I have a 2-part to that.
Okay.
So if it's like a productive day,
mm-hmm.
perfect day for me is I got up at 4:20. I went to the gym at 5 a.m. I stayed in there till 6:30. I had my to-do list done the night before. So when I sat down at my desk, I knew exactly what to do that day. I execute everything on the to-do list. And even though my to-do list is never ending, I at least feel accomplished. And there's somebody's life that I impacted on that day. Even if it was just one person that I spoke to, but I said something to them or I shared something with them or a moment happened for them where they saw life differently. That is a perfect day when I'm actively moving, shaking, getting up. Now, the other half of my perfect day is I do not set an alarm to get up. When I wake up is when I wake up. And I sit in the bed. I turn on the TV because I don't hardly ever get to watch TV. Mm-hmm. I turn on the TV and I just watch TV. I just sit in the bed.
What show you watch? What you watching all day?
So right now I've been watching this dating show that one of my friend guys is watching. And so it's called Ready to Love on OWN. So I've been watching it. I've gotten interested in that. And then like this is like this week. What's today? Monday. So like yesterday.
Yeah.
I didn't start running together. I started watching Love Is again on the All Black app or whatever, which I've watched Love Is, but sometimes I like to watch certain things. It just gets my creative juices flowing. And so it just puts me in that space of writing. And so I like to watch stuff like that. Like I'm not the reality TV watching girl no more. It's like, you know, when you evolve and you change, like, you know, your palette changes.
It does. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I got a lot of young single guys that watch my show that I'm friends with. I just want to let you know. So if you get an inbox from their other, like they don't know you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just letting you know. Are you single? Are you single and dating? Are you single and busy?
Mm-hmm.
Which
I got asked that today. I guess I don't know if I'm not seeming available. I am single and like open to dating. Okay. And I was literally just having this conversation before I got on this live.
Really?
Yes, literally I was having this conversation. So one of the things that I'm asked about is my dating life, which like I haven't been dating just because like I'm really good by myself. It's like one of those, I'm really good by myself. I'm really, my kids go to their dad. Sis is on vacation. Okay. My job, as long as there's Wi-Fi, sis can travel. Okay. I can be in Cancun and it's Tuesday. And it's just and that's perfectly fine for me, right? I like to be able to move when I want to move. But I am open to dating. But I'm purpose dating. Like we gotta be purpose. And because if it's not, we're not gonna be I'm not gonna be able to make time for that one. You know what I'm saying? Because of where I'm headed. And it's like when I always tell people when you know your purpose, it's like owning a store. Okay. When somebody walks in and they're like, you say, how may I help you? And they say, I'm looking for this like John Deere weed eater or something, or like a John Deere tractor. Mm-hmm. And that you're a grocery store. Good and well you don't have that. But Lowe's across the street may have it, and you may want to go across the street. So it's like I'm one of those people. It's like I know what I carry. So if I say, how may I help you? And you ask me for something that I know my store doesn't have,
you're good. You're done.
I'm good.
I don't have that. Let's move on.
Yeah. Okay. And it's no hard feelings.
Good deal. I like it. Okay. I think it's very important. Shreveport. You said you're in Shreveport now.
Correct.
My sister, like I said, every guest that comes on, it's a kind of amazing to me. I guess how much we have something in common. So you're PK, I'm a PK, my dad's a pastor. Shreveport, my sister was in the Air Force for 20 plus years. Okay. And at one point she was in Barksdale.
Mm-hmm.
Right, she was in Barksdale. So let's see. Do you know where Clug Pines, the street Clug Pines Road and Clug Pines?
Yes.
Yeah, so she stayed like right there. It was a Cracker Barrel right there.
Yeah.
So I stayed there with her a couple summers in Shreveport.
Okay.
I'm not a native, but I've spent a summer and I spent a summer in my young life. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back with a couple more questions.
Okay.
Yo, check this out. I received this in the mail, right? Hello, black man. And I'm so excited about it. This is a journal to help black men articulate their feelings, express their feelings. Hell, just acknowledge that we have them in a safe and honest way. And hopefully, it will translate into other parts of your life. I get it. As a black man, a lot of us weren't encouraged or taught to talk about our feelings. As a kid, when you fail and hurt yourself, your parents told you to get up. You're a big boy. Big boys don't cry. That right there is a hard lesson to unlearn, and it's very hurtful. Because when we become older, we don't know how to express ourselves. We don't know how to talk about our feelings. We don't know how to have a conversation without lashing out or using profanity or getting upset and becoming violent because we weren't taught. But this, man, is essential, not just to each one of us becoming a better person, but a society of men being able to express themselves is priceless. So if you want to become the best version of you that you can do, check out helloblackman.com. Grab the journal, actually journal in it, be honest, be open, and be accessible to your feelings and embrace them.
All right, we're back. All right. So let's see. Oh, wow. I didn't see this question. We kind of got into it a little bit. And it's question 17 in the journal. It says, hello, Black woman, describe your past relationships. What are breaking points for you? Describe your love language.
Yeah, okay. So since we didn't, y'all didn't, that's when you got to sit up in your seat for.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
here we go. So honestly, my past relationship, I married my college sweetheart. So literally, I did high school in 3 years. So I went to college like at 17. So from 18 till 31. I wasn't the same person. So now at 34, learning this dating thing, it is different. I'm like, I didn't have any training prior to, and I definitely got that. It's different. It's just different, and I'm an old Southern girl.
Are you social media driven dating? Are you Tinder, Bumble, whatever, all the stuff that's out there?
I'm not.
Are you that group sites and stuff like that? Blind dates?
No.
Okay.
Now, have I had people hit my DM and like maybe we start, sparks a conversation? Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. But am I just like on like a Tinder or what? I'm not. I know. We're going to talk about it. So, I just don't know. I'm like, Lord, wait, where you gonna send them at, God? Because see, I don't know about all this. My breaking points. Okay, so my breaking points is if I don't want my sons to be like you,
you're out. That's done.
Yeah, that's gonna be number one right there.
Okay.
Number two, I always tell people I am an alpha female. But an alpha female's number one desire is to submit to a man that she trusts. So trust is a very big thing for me because I desire to I don't want to be in my past life, I remember trying to be the superhero woman. I just want to be a superwoman. Like God's the hero. I just want to be super at being a woman. Does that make sense?
It does.
And you got to take that cape off. So it has to be with someone that is patient, someone that is kind, someone that has acts of service. That's my love language. Acts of service is very, very high for me.
Okay. Wow. Wait a minute. Hold on. So, I mean, that is, I'm not going to say it's rare, but for you to be able to rattle off or speak clearly what your love language is it's not as common as you may think.
I agree. Yeah, that's up there for me. My love languages have shifted over the years, and I feel like the older I get and the more that I've become more in tune with myself and intentional, I really have harnessed in on those things. So, so it's that one. It's quality time. That's really up. Those two go neck and neck. And gifts. Gifts are still in my top 3 because I like intentional gifts. I like that you heard me give. You know what I'm saying? Or when you see this, it made you think of me. I'm not the kind that has to have the flashy stuff. I didn't have all that. I didn't live that. I didn't have that. I'm more about substance.
Okay.
And so that's
what would mean more a fancy Valentine's dinner planned out or paying your way for a conference, flight, hotel. Hey, I know you need this for your brand and business. The
latter. The latter all day long. The latter all day long. And are you coming? It's gonna be a surprise, and then we can have a date while I'm there. That's definitely it for me. I like someone that's very intentional. That's what I was going to say earlier and I forgot. My preference is long distance dating. That is my preference. Because I do know that I'm going to live bi-coastal. So I do not, you got to be a person that's okay. Like we're going to be in different states.
Okay. So
we ain't going to just be in Louisiana.
Let these guys know you're not a player. Because that's what they're thinking right now. Like, oh man, she gonna have me on the East Coast. She gonna be on the West Coast. Like,
depending on what the project calls for.
Yeah.
I may not be home every night. But I mean, if it's my partner, of course, you know what I'm saying? Like you make those adjustments, you know what I'm saying? But it has to be somebody that knows how to move in and out of time like that. And somebody that's not so traditional that they just feel like this is the way it has to be. Come home by 7, we eating dinner by 8, we going to bed by 9. Like, oh no, that's not gonna work for me. Yes, do I cook? Yes. Do I cook in the midst of all the things I do? Do I work out 4 days a week? Absolutely. Like those are things that I do, right? But then there's I have to have that leeway. Okay. And so I do desire to date long distance, just because that allows me.
Never heard that. I've never heard that.
It's a time thing. Like if I would never want to date somebody that lives, I'm sorry, in Shreveport. I do not desire. I'm too busy. I would like, you would be just exhausted. You'd be like, well, where do I fit in? What project you want to work on me with? What business? Which one of these businesses you want to help me with? That's kind of weird because when my boys are not my boys' dad lives. My boys are 7 and 9.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, they're 7 and 9, very independent. But their dad lives here in the same city, so they're a week with him and they're a week with me year round. It works. Like it's like I'm like the best version of Lauren at that point, right? So the great thing about that is that all of my jobs only need Wi-Fi. So I can be wherever, whenever. I can close the house from wherever. I don't have to be in Shreveport to close on your house, or I don't have to be in Shreveport to coach you, right? Majority of my coaching clients are not here. So that's not an issue. But with all that being said, I desire to date long distance because of the intent. Like if I'm there, I'm present. If I'm here, I'm distracted. Like I'm talking to you. I have probably a total of at least good 3 screens. I've got 2 double monitors. I've got my laptop. I've got my iPad. I've got 2 cell phones. Why? Because something can be going like this all day. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's normal. To somebody else.
That's who you are.
Yeah, it could drive you absolutely crazy. It doesn't bother me a bit. Wow. So yeah.
Give the audience, if you don't mind, what's your age range limit, high, low? You gotta have something, some range. Everybody got a range.
Yeah, so my range would be like 33 to like 45. Yeah. My sweet spot is 40. Like it's something about 40. That's just a sweet spot for me. So that would be my age range. I've always liked older. And it has a lot to do with just my mentality, the things that I enjoy. And I always tell people I can't fit in a box. So, I like sports. Like when I got on here, the first thing I noticed was your headset all going. I'm a huge swag football person. So we big time Grambling fans, big time.
Okay, in the black hole, I got you.
Yes, yeah, like it's bad. Like to the point where it's like, if for a while my life was centered around Grambling football schedule, like for the fall. Like, can you see me 1 second? I'm gonna need to get this. Like, I'm one of them. I like to play fantasy football, so that means I watch all the NFL games. I'm a Saints fan, and I gotta go. Like, I'm one of them, right? Yeah. I'm outdoorsy. So I'm country, so I like to sit outside. I want to go fish. I want to sit by the water. Like take me anywhere. We can go to church. We can go sit the pool up. You know what I'm saying? We can go to the bar. Like I can really fit in and out of time. So it's just hard to place me. And that's the thing. for people, you know, especially for men. They're like, where do we place you? And I'm like, see, that's going to be a struggle.
It's going to be tough for you. Okay.
It's real tough for you. Real tough.
Okay. So question 22 says, hello, Black woman. Talk about your biggest fears in life.
Literally, so one of my big fears is fire. So we talk about that. I'm like, I'm not a fire person. Like, light a match, sis can't do it. I'm like, Really? Yeah, I think I almost burned myself one time, like as a child, and it just scarred me. So like, I like fire. Like I like this fireplace stuff, like, but I don't want to light it. Not with a match. Now, if you like the long stick, okay, I got you.
You're not lighting the barbecue. You're not doing all that.
I'm not.
Okay.
That's not me. But biggest fears in life, honestly, is dying and not fulfilling everything my hands could have touched. Like, you know, like I want to be empty. I want to be like, she did, like this woman did everything. Like that's really a fear of mine. And people are like, really? I'm like, yeah, like I don't live my life like most people. Like I'm very aware, but at the same token, I'm so driven that there's so many things. I'm like, okay, whatever pain that I've experienced, like that's what I'm called to impact. I'm not called to whine about it. Like that's what my hand is called to. So there's so many different parts of me that I plan to tap into. I'm already tapping into quite a bit of them, but there's more. So I always tell people I have like a 25-year plan, easy.
That's a big plan.
Yeah, it is. It is.
All right. So
a lot of lives to impact.
Okay. So you've given us a lot. You've really opened up and you've really been very transparent. Your communication skills are phenomenal. And that's what this journal line is all about. That's what my brain is all about, is being able to take all those answers and you at your present day being able to look back at them or share with your significant other, share with your kids, or share with yourself in 5 years or 10 years. Say, wow, I was in this place at this age. And being able to go back and look at, wow, I've changed. Like as you said, your love language changed, your palate changes, and just have a record. And I think when I was 30 something, it's hard to do. That's hard to imagine. So that's what this journal line is all about. But what's next for you? And I know. We plug in. Let me plug in my battery here.
So, one of the things that's next for me is, I guess this will be my first time really talking about it. Black Friday.
Okay.
Black Friday. This is the goal. I have a bath salt and bath line coming out called Intimacy, which aligns with my second book, which aligns with the big vision, which is me having I have a partner, one of my girlfriends. We are actually starting our own marriage retreat center and helping people learn how to connect on purpose intimately, and really be able to value their partner and their relationship. And so intimacy is all of that. It's the center, it's the bath salts and the bath oils and the candles and the line that goes with it that helps to create an environment of safety. And then my second book is Intimacy: A Twist of Faith. But that's the next big thing that I am eating, sleeping, drinking around the clock, is that, because that's going to be a huge undertaking. But I mean, you just think about how many lives that impacts, which is why even when you ran the commercial about the journal, I absolutely love it. See, when I started my brand in 2018, it was Purposeful Woman. And it took me about 18 months looking at stats every month with my marketer just for her to be like, when are you going to accept that you're called to men? Men are really following you. Men are really listening to you. And so, and men are the ones that really bought my second book a lot, because I spoke from a man's perspective. and gave men a voice. And I love that you have that journal, and in the way, and like helping men really get in touch with sharing their emotions, because a lot of our men are walking around and they are locked up. They want to be, they want to be loved. They want to be cared for. They want to have all of these things. But, when you aren't able to be vulnerable, you rob people of the ability to authentically love you. So, you got to be able to articulate yourself. And it does derive from us, with our childhood. Like my sons are 7 and 9, but they have journals. I recently started making them journal every night, and then they read it to me, not because I'm in their business, but because I want them to get comfortable with saying about their day, what plans they want.
Let's go.
They're, hoping we do this summer. Just, and why, how was their day? Why was it a great day? Like I have a lot of conversation with my boys. So I do very little having to like discipline, because we do so much talking, because I make them talk. Even when they get mad at each other and they're close in age, they won't fight. So sometimes they're like, Mom, we need to turn on meditation music, and they'll look, they ain't know how to tell Alexa to turn on meditation music. They didn't change the voice. Alexa responds to them, don't respond to me. But it all comes from me creating that environment. So because I want my sons, when they are my age, I don't want them to not be able to articulate themselves because they didn't know. It's my job as their mom to be the first woman that teaches them. Because the first love that they are going to experience from a woman is the one from their mother.
Correct.
And so if I don't want them bringing home some foolishness, then that means I can't be foolish. What your son brought home, a reflection of what that's real.
You act this way. He's seeing you communicate this way. He feels like that's what he needs in his life. So, so mama, here I go. Mama, here you go.
Correct. And that's real. And people don't realize that. Women they don't realize that, and so I, especially with Black women in particular, we don't do a good job of hearing the heart of the man that we're with. And so a lot of times in sessions, I'm like, did you hear his heart? Like, what did his heart say? Because when you're listening with the offended ear, you can't hear the heart. And so teaching those things, like those are the next things, and those are the things that we'll have at the retreat center, and just different ways to connect and tell people like marriage is dope. When it's purpose, it is everything. You have favor. You know what I'm saying? You have favor because you're with the right helper. But when you're not with the right helper, you ain't got favor. You hoping for a favor. You like pray, Lord,
for a favor, Lord.
like
I need a favor.
Correct. Like Lord, can I trade out the favor? Because I need to get this favor that ran out.
Lord, and this favor must be for somebody else.
This favor is not for me. So I'm so that's the thing. Is that the Intimacy Retreat Center is something I'm extremely excited about, and being able to just really be the voice. And so like I said, I love your journal. I'm definitely I've got a couple clients that I want to get it for, and I'm definitely gonna make sure to purchase, because I do believe that our Black men deserve to have a voice. Y'all deserve it. Y'all are so amazing. And when women know how to tap into that, it's like, girl, I was telling women the most influential woman in a man's life is the woman that speaks to his purpose. That's it. That's it. Men are very simple and they're very easy. They are. They really are. Women are way more complicated. Men are not.
I agree with that. So listen, Coach, you have been a phenomenal guest. I can tell you right now, as for just from an affirmation standpoint, your next book will be huge. Your thought line, your beauty supply will be phenomenal. Your marriage retreat is a need. You are fulfilling a need in our community. So it is a necessity, and it will be an amazing opportunity for anybody that comes in contact with you or your team.
Yes, thank you.
So listen, thanks for coming on. You have any parting shots? Anybody you want to shout out? I got all your information at the bottom there. I hope everybody shares and follows you on Twitter. Your website is up there, your
Mhm.
Facebook, your IG, so everybody can, see who you are and connect with you.
Well, I just want to tell you thank you for such an amazing platform. I love what you're doing. Please do not stop. We need you. We need what's in you. So thank you so much for just having me and for living out your purpose. So we appreciate you.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Coach Lauren Jackson, thank you so much for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
So listen, a phenomenal time. I know a couple of you asked about the journals that we have. Yes, we have the Hello Black Man, and it has 52 complete questions in it. Basically, we're pushing to have you write an autobiography. Be able to answer some questions from your past, your present, your future. The woman version of that is the Hello Black Woman version, Hello Black Woman journal. We have a journal, and each of these journals are unique. They are unique to the people that we wrote them for. We have the Hello Black Teen. If you have teens in your home, they are definitely a different brand and a different breed in this day and age. I have two. We have the Hello Black Couple. We have the Hello Black Couple Journal, and this is for two people. This is for two people. They're going to go in and answer some of the same questions. So listen, most conversations in each household, I tell everybody the same thing. Most conversations derive around a couple of things. Work. That's what I did for work today. What you do for work. What happened at work today. Even if one person listening or not. Food. What we going to eat. What you ate yesterday. What eat. The other one is sports. We talk about sports, and then we talk about the events. If we're going traveling or something like that. Those are four things. And a lot of times, this is what we do. That's not who we are. Those are things that we do. We just do those things. I just like that certain team. You know that I like the Knicks, but that's not who I am as a man. That's not who I am as a person. So these questions here are going to really pull from you to ensure that you know who your partner is. The other journal we have is Hello Black First Responder. I have a lot of people that are in this field that are paramedics, they're firemen, they're policemen, and these people put their lives on the line. So I wanted to dedicate some time and some avenues of de-stressing and to talk about their careers, the things they're going through in these careers. They're fighting and they're pushing back and forth between career and community. And I want to give these people an opportunity to write it down. The other journal is Hello Black Teen. Hello Black Child. These are for our young adults to push their communication, to ask them some questions. And Coach has already doing a phenomenal job. She lets you know right now. They're just an example. They have things they want to talk to you about. If you're willing to listen, if they know you're not going to be reprimanded or apprehensive or cutting their dreams short or cutting their thoughts short or they're cutting their speaking short. A lot of times you try to have a conversation with a child, the parent will dominate the conversation. Like, what are you doing? You ask them a question and now you telling them what they should be thinking. Like that's not how it goes. Let the child get everything out. And here's the opportunity with the Hello Black Child. The last two is Hello Black Entrepreneur. And I think that we as entrepreneurs really need to do a better job at fine-tuning our businesses, fine-tuning the things that make our businesses run while we making certain choices, and being able to look back at it and say, hey, this worked, this didn't work. Not just woke up early, stayed up, worked on this, I worked hard. No, be able to write it down, be able to have a plan, say, hey, I did these things. I am documenting these things. This is successful. This is what success looks like to me. What success looks like to you and to me may be two different things. That's why you need to be able to, record it. The eighth journal that we have is Hello Black Educator. I'm a huge fan of education and those in the field. And I feel like those people are doing sometimes the most with the least amount of resources. So we've had so many teachers, so many educators grab this journal and able to facilitate and learn more about what they're doing, why they're doing, and what legacy they're leaving, and how much of impact they have on kids and people that they're around and their mentors. And the last one is for our non-melanated friends and family. We have a journey journal. And we want to ensure that everyone that we come in contact with has the ability to improve their transparency and their communication. So listen, our hour is up, and we appreciate Coach for coming on. I assure you that her information and the things that she'll be pushing forward with will be seen here on the Hello Black Man platform. We'll ensure to stay in contact with her. Phenomenal guys, a phenomenal single young lady that she's doing a lot of things, and some things she may be able to help you with. So listen, thank you all for tuning in to the Hello Black Man podcast. This has been episode 20. We got so much more coming up, so many things that we're going to be in touch with you with from a financial standpoint, physical standpoint, and from a mental standpoint. Hello, Black Man. Let's have a good night.